Welcome to Oorah's Shark Tank. The battle for a cause.
You are wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong.
Rabbi Kravitz, that's the best you got?
The tension.
Rabbi Biederman, it's clear you're not listening.
The excitement.
It's clear that my program is the program.
The yelling.
I'm not going to raise my voice at you. It's simple logic.
You can believe in your mission, but can you sell it?
Back to the Shark Tank as we have our third and final Shark Tank installment as our three program directors here at Oorah vie for the Sharks dollars. And now we're going to do a little bit of a different approach. The first two people we have had on were noted askanim and philanthropers who were giving out money. Here we're for a bit of a different cook, if you will. It is our honor to be hosting our last shark, a dear friend of Oorah, the esteemed Rosh Yeshiva of the Yeshiva Gedola of South Lakewood, a very popular yeshiva here in South Lakewood, Southern Lakewood. We are pleased to introduce our last and final shark, Harav Hagon Rabbi Dovid Korbman Shlita, who will be joining us. And welcome, Rabbi Korbman. And this is going to be, I think, really important because, a lot of people say, I understand where the business people think I should give my money, but where does the Rosh Yeshiva? So I think, Rabbi Korbman, you offer this very unique and fresh perspective for the money. So Rabbi Kravitz is going to get us started. Please, Rabbi Kravitz, try not to keep going over your time as you have done before. Give us 60 seconds on why Rabbi Korbman would give his hard-earned money to your program.
Rabbi Korbman, good davach, shkoyach for coming. Thank you for giving us the time. When a kid goes to get his upsharing, they take him to the Parody Rebbe, and they put honey. They make it sweet. They make Torah to be sweet. You're going to hear about the other programs that Oorah has, and you know them. They're fantastic. But if you want the kid to chap the mesikas of Yiddishkeit, to make Yiddishkeit to be Zis, to make Yiddishkeit to be fun and exciting, then you'll send the kid to the camp. Because just like in your Bes Medrash, Avada, if the Bacha didn't go through the Mesifta, or he didn't go through elementary, and he didn't start this process when he had his upsharing, Avada, they wouldn't come to you, and you have Chashuv Bacha in your yeshiva. So too, we're the upsharing, we're the first stop, and we'd love if the yeshiva could give support to our Unzer Maisid, the zone camp.
Thank you very much, Rabbi Kravitz. Very good, very precise, and very poignant. Rabbi Biederman, go ahead.
Rabbi Korbman, you know the challenge of getting money for Torah. Straight Torah. Not for upsharons, not for bunny rabbits, not to pay for Sfarim, no names on a library. Getting money straight to learn Torah. That's what tuitions are. We pay tuitions for hundreds of kids in over 200 yeshivas throughout the country, 200 yeshivas and day schools. What better use of money could there be than to straight give money to put kids in yeshiva? Because that's the bottom line. That's what's going to educate them, and that's what's going to make them and keep them as committed Jews.
Excellent job. Rabbi Reichman, you're up last.
Rabbi Korbman, being that you're a Chashuv Brisker Rosh Yeshiva, I know there's only one thing that can talk to you, and that's Torah, Torah, Torah. And there's the famous Gemara in Bab Metzia, Daf Pei Hamad Beis, that there was a machlekes, a disagreement between Reb Chanina and Reb Chia. And Reb Chanina says to Reb Chia, you're going to argue with me. If Torah would be in a shtakach, I would be able to bring back Torah with my pilpul, with my in-depth sharpness. What?
That's today's daf.
Today's daf. And Reb Chia said back to him, you know what I would do to prevent Torah from being the shtakach? You know what I did to prevent Torah from being the shtakach? I planted flax and I made nets and with those flax, and then I caught deer. And I shechted deer, and I gave the meat to Yisayimim, and the skins, I wrote 5 different Chamashim, the 5 books of the Torah, and I gave it to 5 kids in a town that they should each learn one sefer, and I gave 6 other kids the Shisha Siddur Mishnah, and then I made Torah mates with them, with each other to learn. Each one should teach the other one what they learned. And through them Torah was not forgotten, because through them we made Torah mates. Through all of Klal Yisrael, the Torah should not be forgotten. And definitely some of the reasons for that is because Torah, Reina Torah, that's the thing that has the most impact on a person. And that's what guides a person to live a life of Torah. And that's what Torah mates is all about. Now, if you were not going to take me up on this offer, for this fact alone, I can't imagine why, but at least you should accept that you should take upon yourself, you should have your own Torah mate, and that goes for anyone. They can call 1-877-TORAH-123 to set themselves up with the Torah mate.
Rabbi Reichman clearly making a very impassionate plea for you, and as well as breaking the rules and trying to solicit Torah mates for his program, which will be deducted from whatever donation he receives. Rabbi Korbman, you heard. Any questions for our three program directors here that would help you make up your mind?
Okay, first, Rabbi Reichman, I hear your point, very valid, but the point you're really making also a point, a shtickle point for Rabbi Biederman also then, because Torah is the Torah mates is just the beginning of the Torah. I assume the goal is to bring it to the...
But tuition...
to
is the one program that is 100% Torah. The half hour that they learn with the Chavrusa is Torah. In Yeshiva, well, you tell me how much of that time was Torah and how much of it was other stuff.
Speak for yourself.
I remember. Without recess or lunch, it doesn't. I can tell you from experience, it doesn't work.
Okay, so but you're still. It's very nice. That's important.
I think one thing.
Lunch is important. Second, the studies is important. The bus taking them there is important. But it's still not Reina Torah.
Rabbi Reichman is telling you that his hour a week is worth more than the 6 hours a day the kids are spending learning besides recess.
You know what? I think we could all agree one thing.
You have to add one more thing. With the amount of money you're going to send one kid to yeshiva, you can have 60 Chavrusha learning for a couple of years.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay, that's true. I think the one thing that we could all agree on is that Rabbi Kravitz's program is not in this conversation as far as being
Of course it is. Actually, it is.
It sure most definitely is. Yes, it is.
See, I'm being quiet for once.
Oh, interesting.
We noticed.
Interesting. Any other questions before you make your decision?
Just which from all three, which has the hardest funding operation running?
Oh, good question.
Well, we need the. Yeah, that's a good question. We actually need the most money, as each kid that comes to camp gets a twin, so to speak, staff that Torah mate that's going to keep up with him. So thus, in order to introduce, again, Torah mates, which we do in camp, which thus introduces the parents, introduces the things, we have to, for each kid that comes, we have another person that comes along with them that we have to obviously feed, and we have to give them a summer as well. And the camp that we created, as you've been there, is unbelievable. And all those things cost a lot of money to take the kid's mind off what he's giving up and opening up his mind to what he's about to enter.
Interesting.
Okay.
So,
Tuition is $2 million.
what are you thinking, Rabbi?
So I'll tell you like this.
Tuition is
I do
$2
have
million
negias a little bit to tuition because you know you have a yeshiva. It definitely has that thing, you know. And but since one of the choices here is not Korbman's, so we'll just deal with the choices.
No one has ever. They're not giving money to.
Rabbi Korbman, one last plea.
Otherwise, you couldn't have you on the program.
Rabbi Korbman, one last plea. If you support Torah mates, that's going to give you the koyach to become greater. Just like Reb Chia wasn't as great as Reb Chanina, but by him setting up all those chavrusa shops, that made him be the halacha to be according to him, and not like Reb Chanina that was greater than him. So that's going to change you. That's going to help your Torah.
Wait a second.
Directly.
He had to teach them before he had chavrusa shops. Chavrusa shops came
That's
to be taught
At
them.
the end of the
That's what
day,
Torah mates does.
I'll tell you a story. You know, Rebbe Vachvogel once was in Eretz Yisrael. He was there for a few hours, and he had a choice. He was only able to go to the Koisel Keverachel. Where do you go? So this is a similar type of shaila, right? This is a similar type of shaila, right?
It's like the Volozhin Din Torah.
What?
It's like the Volozhin Din Torah. Both sides are tzaddikim.
Okay, yeah. But here it's like everything here is very wichtig, very important. Everything's very harsh. If Torah mates, you have to start. You know, if you don't have that spark, a kid has to end up in yeshiva. If not, there's no hope. But the Maisagam, I do have a source for tuition, but camp, there is nothing like camp for a kid.
wow.
Camp turns a kid on.
I did not see that coming.
There is no, besides that, I was in the zone and it's unbelievable camp. Rabbi Kravitz runs an unbelievable system, but the spark that a kid gets in camp lights him up that lasts for deiris and deiris. And the only way that spark, especially these kids are coming from nothing, that lights it up and that brings, I think, the Yeshua.
And
Friendships also.
Rabbi Korbman,
Rabbi Korbman, thank you very much.
I thank you, and I know that you're about to embark. I know that you're about to embark on building your own building. So it's built.
Yeah.
So from me to you, I wish you Hatzlacha Rabba,
Amen.
and thank you for joining the Earth Hour.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Rabbi Korbman. Thank you
hope you
so
take a
much,
Torah,
all these sharks. We're going to do a couple pledges now. I'm going to tell you we have a wonderful interview coming up. Rabbi Weiss is going to be doing. Next hour, we have some of the Shadchanim coming in.